Welcome to the Pebbles Live show. This is Pebbles Live, and I'm just trying to make sure that everyone can hear me. I have Sunkee Angel. She is definitely my first guest, which you will be enlightened and educated by the end of this show. If there's anyone that would like to call, feel free. You can call 712-451-0260, and you can definitely ask questions. Sunkee, you can introduce yourself, but give us a second. We have a caller. Pebbles Live, can you announce yourself?
Hello, yeah, this is Regina calling in.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Regina.
Doing all right.
Hi,
how's it going?
What's up?
Yeah, no, just tuning in. Anytime I hear Sunkee somewhere, I got to tune in.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to know in regard to Sunkee? Is there any questions you have for her?
I do. I guess I'm kind of curious about what are some of the hardest challenges that you face as a trans woman. Is it more difficult, like having acceptance in public, or more your private life, or do you have a challenge with that at all?
I think for me, the challenge has been most definitely for family, dealing with family issues. I think family issues have been the main challenge that I've dealt with thus far. Huh? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I don't know, I was hearing something.
DJF.
Oh, okay.
DJF is on the line.
Okay. I thought I was tripping. I'm like, wait.
No, you're not tripping.
Okay.
It's DJF. Yeah, DJF is on the line. It's like everybody on here right now.
Okay. What's up, DJ? How you doing?
I'm blessed. What about yourself?
I'm doing great. Okay. So yes,
I want to first give thanks and congratulations to Pebbles for her first show. I gotta give her a big up. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're
Definitely.
welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, most definitely. She already told me straightforward. She said, "Okay, I already got my first artist. I already got my topic and everything. We're gonna have it together for the 22nd." And sure enough, and I'd like to thank you most definitely also, participating and keeping your word, and we taking care of business. So, the floor is Pebbles now. The floor is
okay. Regina, you're still on the line, right?
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay. You were asking Sunkee in regard to the challenges. You can just finish, asking her if you choose.
The majority of the challenges that I face, clearly, it's the challenges that we face. A lot of other girls face. It's not just me. I think when I speak, I'm speaking for a multitude of people, which I think is the most important part. When I'm speaking, and I'm coming from my perspective on how I see life and how I see things. People can relate. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So as far as me, mine has, because you have some girls that may be accepted by their family. I take Amaya Scott. We all know about Amaya Scott. She had, she told her story how she had acceptance issues with her parents, but after so long, things went about and they finally accepted her for who she was, and now she's living a great life. But that's not the case for everybody. Some people still deal with issues with their families, and it doesn't go that smooth. And I feel like I've been dealing with that same thing. So that's been my hardest challenge, being able to finally let go and continue to come to who I am as a trans individual.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm not a label, I wanted to touch upon that. Can you explain to the listeners the I'm not a label thing that you're doing right now?
Yes, I'm not a label was actually inspired because of, once again, I go back to family. It was really just about my struggle and how I released a song September the 5th. I wrote, direct, produced, and I went into the studio with my producer, Bruce Automatic. Shout out to Bruce Automatic. He's signed to Sony Music. And I had a vision. I kept hearing this tune in my head, and I'm like, I felt like it was my soul crying out. My soul needed to say something. And by me being an artist and being able to write and produce and all of these crazy different things that I was blessed with, I had to write it down. I had to get in the studio and lay down the verses, and then I decided to create a music video for that. And the whole thing of the whole song is pretty much just saying that, we're not labeled. We're more than our genders. We're more than a woman. We're more than a man. Because what is that? You know, what defines a trans woman or a man or a trans man or just a regular genetic woman? What defines that? Because we have some women who are not being real women by taking care of their kids and doing things that a woman is supposed to do. So
you better talk about it.
What really defines, you know what I'm saying? What defines that? Is it a vagina and breast? Because some women have cancer, they have to cut their breast. So does that make them not a woman?
Right, exactly. So my question
go ahead.
No, I was just going to touch upon that particular thing because, as we all know, if you know the real people that follow you on like Instagram or Facebook, when you do your live, you do big numbers, and it's not about you being funny, you know, about you being Auntie Jackie or you know anyone else like that, you know, doing the You Name It challenge, which had gotten millions of views. But I wanted to touch upon two that you had recently done, like in a day you had almost 200,000 views, and it was only shared a few times. But can you elaborate on just the situation, what really made you, between your family and your friends who felt as though that there was something that they had to get off their chest to a degree, but they did it the wrong way? Just elaborate, if you can, about how, like, what made you just get on Facebook Live and just say, look, I've had enough? Was it just to reach people, or was it to reach people and advocate?
Actually, I already know that I have a following, and I know that my voice definitely is ricocheting right now out in the community and over social media and stuff like that. But I do know there are some people who still don't know. Some people got to know me as just a social media comedian, as Auntie Jackie. But I want people to know that I have a real voice. I'm a real artist. I make real music. I'm speaking about real issues. It's not just a gimmick. You know, some people just want to get the Instagram fame and, you know, get their numbers high just to say, hey, I'm famous. No. I want people to understand that first, when I speak, even if I am getting something off my chest, it's coming from a place of me releasing what's been inside of me for a long time. But like I said, I'm noticing that when I release what I'm dealing with, I'm also helping people in the process. So I decided I was going through some things with my mom, and it was a couple of nights ago she bought me something for my birthday, and since my birthday is coming up January the 12th, and then Christmas, you know, so it's like right by each other, so I guess she wanted to be nice and send me something. So she did, but I couldn't get what she was sending me to work. It was a Fire Stick. We all know we all want to watch movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So she sent that to me, and I didn't know what I was doing, so she had somebody to walk me through it and stuff like that. So now I know how to work it and whatnot. But as we were talking on the phone, we had a conversation about, I noticed every time we talk, she'll say, she don't come right out and say he. She'll say, well, yeah, I was talking to so-and-so, whoever so-and-so may be. Let's just say Jennifer. I was talking to Jennifer, and she asked about you, and I told her, oh, yeah, he's doing okay out there in L.A. He out there, he just did a photo shoot. He just did a video shoot. Girl, yeah, he doing all right. It was like it just kept sticking out. He. And we all know that I definitely understand that it's a process for not only me and my family, but I'm growing into the person I feel like I've always wanted to be all this time. And it's not easy for me either, you know, but I have to break through this it's like I feel like it's manipulation, some type of, I don't know. I just feel like when I'm talking to her, it just seems as though it's just one side. And when I'm telling her how I feel, it hasn't only just been just about this topic. It's pretty much with everything when I'm saying, hey, this is how I feel. My feelings were never validated. You know what I'm saying? So when you grow up and that feeling invalid as to who you are and what you're feeling, and that your feelings don't matter, not only with your mom, but with people that you deal with from day to day. So it taught me to just kind of be quiet and not to speak, but not to say too much. You know, don't air out dirty laundry. But now I'm at a place now where I'm just ready to open up, and I decided to get up and tell my story on Facebook that day, and I didn't know it was going to do close to 200,000 views. I really did.
Right. So with the issues, I explained to a lot of people that you are a true advocate for just living right, you know, being who you are. We really need to address that because in Baltimore, we have the transgender community, we have the LGBT community, and basically they are an entity sort of like to themselves, but it's open, you know, it's respected amongst the majority. And the question is, what could you tell them? Like, what would you suggest as far as they're concerned? Like, with the way that they're living their lifestyle as far as being who they are. Don't be on the down low because of the HIV issue, AIDS, different STDs and things like that.
Right. Well, as you all know, I am HIV positive. I've been positive for 2 years now. It'll be 3 on June the 24th of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still learning to live with HIV myself. But what I want to say is that I'm just learning to, I lived with shame and guilt and fear and stigma inside of me for so long just for being who I was. And I feel like nobody should feel that, just being the very essence of who they are. That's
right.
Nobody should, I don't care what you have or who you are. And I think this world have made it so difficult for people to live in your truth because subliminally they're telling people to be quiet, don't say nothing, sweep it under the rug. And depending on where you come from, your family will tell you the same. So don't say nothing, don't air out dirty laundry, don't do that because that's what they were taught. They're used to holding everything in. So you're pretty much subliminally kind of like programming people to be silent about your issues and to walk around bottling it up. And I don't feel like that's healthy. That was not healthy for me, and I had to break. Sometimes we have to break. Sometimes it's okay to break open to say, hey, this is what's bothering me. Hey, this is what I feel. You can't cut somebody and expect them not to bleed and feel pain. Let them express what they're feeling. And I think in our community, in the black community, it seems as though we want people to be honest about it, but then when they come out and be open about it, then they are bashed for being open. And it's like we can't have it both ways. We need to create that space for people to be honest and open for exactly who they are without it being silently manipulated, controlled, and none of that. It needs to be exactly what it is and accepted for exactly what it is, and then we'll see a decrease in HIV and things of that nature because people will probably feel more open about letting you know who they really are. They go for the DL men and all of that. They're not saying nothing because some men are making them feel inadequate, or feeling like they're less of a man because they may be attracted to both sexes or things of that nature. And I don't think that's right because that's what's keeping them in the closet.
Right, exactly. So with that, you know that we have Gay Pride here in Baltimore. It's really big. And as we spoke previous, that I would really like to get you here because I feel like many will look past your gender once they hear your story because you're very open and honest about it. And even though, that's something that is very necessary, a lot of people just really, to me, need to hear it. Because they need to know that it's real, it can happen, and these are the things that are necessary to prevent it, so to speak. Even though they know, they need to hear it from someone that's in that situation. As far as like in your career itself, and you've met different stars and things like that I'm aware of, how did they receive you?
Well, I mean, for the most part, if I'm not wearing something, because normally I'm just being myself, I was never really, I think a lot of people thought coming up in Montgomery, Alabama, which is where I'm from, I think a lot of people thought that I would be doing things for attention, but that wasn't it. It was just me expressing myself. I think I've always been more in tune with who I am deep down as a person. Like if something in my mind say, hey, break off that CD and cut it and make it a mohawk out of it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going, and I don't think about what somebody else is going to say. I'm doing it from an authentic place. And I think if we learn to do that more, then we would see more diversity of people being who they truly are and not being what society wants them to be. But I don't want to get off that. I just wanted to say that. But I think by me, in tune with saying what I'm saying, I think that people can see the essence of who I am. Most stars, they see me, and some of them know who I am, or they may have run across my videos and stuff like that, and they see my creativeness, and I think they're more, they want to know, what is that? What do you have on? Like, what type of hair? Like when I do the mohawk, the glass mohawk that's made out of glass. I was on TMZ back in 2011 because of that.
Right.
And that shocked the hell out of me because I didn't expect it. Here I am in Montgomery, Alabama, a small town in Alabama, and I went to audition for American Idol back in 2011, and then TMZ contacted me, and then they put me on. And normally we know you have to be a celebrity to be on TMZ, so that was big for me. It was actually a plug for me. Although people thought that they was making fun, it was a good thing for me as far as publicity. So I just think that people when they see me, everybody's not out to get me. Some people just like me as a person, but don't get it twisted. It was a couple times that I've been out and I've been in the presence of people where I'm around them and I might want to get a picture with them or something like that, and they will run because so many times some trans people will take that and make it, if they get a picture with somebody, they'll make it seem like they slept with them, and then it messes it up for everybody,
Right.
And it's nothing against anybody, because I know I want to say my sister Sydney Starr, she know I love her. Shout out to Sydney Starr. She, got caught up in the big scandal with Chingy. So some people feeling like everybody, although she came out and said she felt like it was a mistake that she made and she shouldn't have done that, some people still feel like, everybody, some people will, take the pictures and do whatever they want to do with them and turn it into something that is not. So, yeah, I think it's really just about people just kind of seeing me for me. And the ones who, receive me, you can see that they receive me. The ones who don't, you can tell that it's like, okay, I don't want to be bothered with that. And that's fine, too.
Well, we need to turn this up for a second because we had a situation where you have so many lurkers on your page when you do live. They're so against you, but they watching though. So that's my thing. Yeah, they watching though. Straight, everything. Trisexual, bisexual, everything. Everybody's watching though, but they have an opinion. So my thing is, what do you do when that comes? I mean, because like we see you like addressing them, you call them out, which is awesome to me because I feel as though that's something that needs to be put forth. Maybe they're afraid to come to full term of what they are. So,
of course,
with that, like, how do you feel in regard to not so much as criticism, but when you have your lurkers? I love it personally because, we get in on them, but
we get in on them. We get in. But see, the thing is, like I said, I think it goes back to, I think people love that side of me because it's like when you learn to just be, I think I'm just learning to just, like, let me say this, your soul, we all have a soul. It don't matter whether male, female, in between or whatever. That thing that's inside of us that's going to keep on going when we die, it longs to be heard. And the real inner you is going to come out either way. It's going to come out. And it's like me stifling. Okay, sometimes I might cuss. Sometimes I might, cursing is, to me, is a man-made word. It's only an expression. It's not real. It's something that somebody made to express how they feel about whatever. So sometimes I go in and I say what I feel and stuff like that. It's not coming from a place of hate. It's just me expressing what I've built up all these years. And everybody has a soul. Everybody's soul wants to be heard. And I just feel like if it's something you need to say, say it, whether people like it or not. It's not that I'm giving them energy or I'm wasting my time. No, it's the simple fact that my soul is compelled to finally speak and say it how it really is without no filters, absolute vodka, no chaser, just straight to the point. And it's just like, why stifle that? Because I'm learning that the more I open up, first of all, like I said, that's what everybody want to hear. Second, it's helping a lot of people in the process. There's so many people in my inbox right now telling me how I'm saving their lives all over the world, telling me, like, thank you. Finally, somebody finally speaking out about how I act. So I'm seeing that not only is this my voice, but this is the voice of many others who are afraid to speak like I'm speaking, but they're scared because their mom is watching. They're scared because their father watching their home. But people are watching them, so it kind of puts them under the radar. Like, it puts them under the microscope, and it makes them tone down who they really are and tone down what they really want to say. And I feel like no soul, nobody, I don't care, male, female, in between, gay, straight, trans, whatever you are, trisexual, whatever the hell, you should be able to speak how you feel, because I think then that's when the true essence of you can shine through.
Right, exactly. DJ F, do you have a question for her?
Yeah, let's go ahead and most definitely do some promotion. She was saying dealing with the Facebook and everything. Do you have any websites so people can, keep in contact with you? And then we want to also touch on the music and everything. So, just share some information so, individuals can keep in contact with you. Website, Facebook.
Definitely. If you're listening right now, you can follow me. I don't have a website right now, but we're working on that. It's in the process. But you can definitely follow me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Sunkee88. That's my personal page. And then you can also follow my like page on Facebook, which is Sunkee Angel, and it'll come straight up. Same thing on Instagram. On my auntie, I do two personas. So the ones who know me for Auntie Jackie, you can also follow me on Instagram at Auntie Jackie. On Twitter at the Trans Alien for Sunkee Angel. Let me see, I'm just so many of them. I'm trying to get it all out so you all can follow the ones that you want to follow. And then I think the one on Twitter is Jackie Worldwide, and world, the O is not an O, it's a zero. So if you want to follow me, you definitely can. And Snapchat, the same thing, Auntie Jackie, Sunkee Angel. Yeah, and that's it for now.
Okay, then. And then also, Pebbles, let's take some callers, but let's get to dealing with the music and everything. And I heard you said you made a song called "I'm Not a Label." Was that your very first single, or did you have a couple other songs out there?
Well, actually, as Sunkee, because a lot of people knew me as Biggie Doo, which was the male version of who I was before I was Sunkee, coming into my new me. I had a lot of music, I dropped it one mixtape. I had a lot of music back home that was popping online, and the DJs were playing them in the club. Let me see you shake, shaking and popping. I love to dance. I love to get the girls up and get people up shaking their butt. That's what we do back south. It's a southern thing. I'm a Southern belle, so it's a part of me. So it's a lot of music I had out before I changed over to who I am today. So I would say this is my first actual official single as who I really am, if that makes sense. Now, I have other music that I'm working on. I have a single I'm about to release sometime next year. I don't want to really say anything too much about that yet. If they follow me, they'll keep up and see what's going on with that, but it's definitely going to be big. It's going to be crazy. And I'm just, I want to get my grown and sexy on and just let that grown woman out. I mean, I want to show my body. I want to, do me, and I want to let people know that it's okay to be HIV positive and still live and go for your dreams and still be sexy, still be you. It doesn't define you. It doesn't mean that you're a whore because you have this disease. We are people with feelings, and we are regular people just like everybody else. So this is what I'm teaching people just by stepping out. I'm just breaking barriers, not only for me but for other people.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, Pebbles, go ahead and take a couple calls for sure. I know a few people have some, questions.
Yeah, I'm going to see. I'm not sure who's on this line right now, but if there is anyone that can hear me, feel free to ask away. Because it's like a bunch of people in here, so maybe they don't want to talk. They're listening, but it's definitely people in here. Yeah.
Y'all just speak. I ain't gonna bite you.
Yep, exactly. But I do want to ask personally, like, with you doing the I'm Not a Label and doing these different things, how do you want it to reach? Like, how do you want it to be? Who exactly are you trying to reach in regard to? Is it just the transgender community? Is it everybody, or
It's more so because I think a lot of people also, I notice a lot of people who come out that are transgender, it seems like they cater to one community, but I want to know people. I want people to know that, first of all, I'm a person with talent, and it goes beyond. You know what I'm saying? It goes beyond my gender, and I just think that I want people to know that it's music first, and I'm putting out a message, and I want to reach everybody. It's not just about trans, because we're human. We're people just like everybody else, and I want them to know, like, I'm a real artist. I want to be the first trans Beyonce, first trans Michael Jackson, first trans Nicki Minaj, to let them know that we can do it too, that we have talent too. We're just not, although we are a certain part of humanity, we still are human, and we have talent too. And why can't that be done? It could definitely be done. It's happening.
Right, exactly, it is. As far as your advocating, I want to touch upon that because we've also discussed that you're going to come here. We're going to try to, make that happen as far as where you can get here and speak during Gay Pride, which I believe is like a whole weekend. But what is it that you would like to kind of touch upon when you're here?
Well, first, my whole message is about transparency and feeling whatever it is that you need to feel, because like I said, subconsciously, subliminally, we have been taught and programmed to hold it in. Don't say nothing. To, kind of stifle who you really are. And it's not just dealing with just, being gay. It's just even straight people, they deal with holding their feelings back, not saying nothing. We can even go as far as to people I know right in my own family, people I know in other families who have been molested, and they have not said nothing all these years, and they're still dealing with that trauma, and it's something that needs to be addressed, or else that's what's going to be that's going to take them out of here, because they're holding that in and it's festering inside of them, and that will kill you. Stress really does kill, so I just want people to be transparent about who they are and those secret places that are inside, because when I speak, I notice I touch on those a lot of people tell me I start touching places I don't even know I'm touching. I'm just speaking because this is what my soul is saying. But when I get off the phone or when I get off of Facebook Live, whatever, people hit me up and inbox me all over saying, you know what, do you know what you're touching on? Like, you touching on what I'm feeling. I'm scared to say what you're saying. Like, this is what I want people to know, that it's okay. And even like I said with the last live that we saw that got over 200,000 views, people were also saying how it made them feel like they felt like something was relieved off of them, even just me speaking, because I don't know what I did or what I said that made them feel better about themselves. I really don't know. I'm just speaking from my heart, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. So sometimes I can't really stage what I want to say or what I'm right. When I'm at that moment, it just comes out. So I honestly don't know what I would say when I get on the podium, but I do know it would have something to do with transparency and being yourself and loving who you are and not allowing your family or anything to take you to that dark place to want to kill yourself. You know, to feel like that you're not adequate enough to live in this existence.
Right. Okay, 1 second. We have another caller.
Okay.
Hi, this is the Pebbles Live Show.
Hi, this is Wanda.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Wanda.
Fine, and you?
All right. Sunkee is on the other line. She can hear you. If you had a question for her.
No, I just want to basically listen in to see what she's talking about. I almost forgot about it.
Yeah. All right. Hold on for a second. All right. Yeah, because there's like people like on my Facebook. They're on here and they're listening. So some people are like tuning in, and I'm just letting them in.
Right.
But basically, it's like a really good thing where you can. 1 second, someone's telling me they need to speak. Hold on. All righty. Caller, you can ask your question. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I know my cousin, I think Regina texted me and said that she couldn't. She was trying to talk and they couldn't hear us.
Candy.
Yeah, wait a minute, hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. This is Pebbles Live. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Did you have a question for Sunkee Angel?
Let's see. Did I have a question? Yes. What is your next project going to be, hon?
So the next project that I'm working on is actually a booty shaking song. You know, y'all know I love to shake and twerk down. And I like I said, I don't want to put too much out there, but just know it's definitely going to be a fast tempo song. That's going to get people up off their feet and make people want to dance. You know, make them feel good.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's what's up.
Yes. Where are you calling from?
Montgomery.
Wow.
Okay. What's your name?
Candace.
Do I know you or no? Have we met?
Yes, we have.
Okay, I was just trying to see. I'm like, who is it? I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you, definitely. Keep the support coming.
You too.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Just continue to listen in. You're welcome.
I will. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's like I got screens upon screens where people is listening, but it's like with me, I just would like for you to be able to have like that word of like if you could give anyone advice. First of all, this is like so important right now. If you could give someone advice in regard to either coming out to their family, coming out to a friend. I even had someone to tell me if I had to go get an HIV test done today, I would take Sunkee Angel with me. That spoke volumes to me for a person that don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? They just know you through Facebook, Facebook Live, Instagram, and your videos. Like, what would you know, like, what, to me, I wanted to know, like, what would your message be to people that are kind of in their shell because they don't know if they're going to be accepted?
Well, the first thing I can do, I think the greatest thing that they could do is, first of all, take their time because it takes time to kind of like come to grips with who you are first, because sometimes it takes time, first of all, to just kind of know who you are. You know, it took me, it took me some years to kind of figure out that I was transgender. I always knew deep down that I felt like a girl, a woman, but I didn't know exactly what I was going through because I thought that I was just maybe a gay feminine boy, and I'm like, no, it's something else going on. This is deeper than just me being a gay guy, because gay men are okay being a gay, gay men. Me, on the other hand, it's more so the feet. It's always been female, so it took me a long time to come to grips with that. So when it has to do with being who you are, being gay or trans, and you want to come out and tell your family and stuff like that, the greatest thing that you definitely could do is take your time and do it when you're ready and not when you're feeling pressured to. Because sometimes we can kind of feel pressure to just, you see your friends and everybody else living live and out loud, and that may not be your journey. It may not be time for you to open up just yet if the setting is not right. Or, some people live with their parents and they end up getting kicked out when they probably needed to wait till they're 18 when they can get a little bit more stable to say it, and then move forward. So when it comes to a diagnosis, opening up about HIV, if that's something that you have and you are wanting to open up to the world, or even if you don't, it's your prerogative. It's what you feel is best for you. I chose to open up about HIV because I didn't want anything to keep me in bondage. My whole thing was it's time to break out of this bondage, because mentally it can be bondage for you. And that's why in the scene of I'm Not a Label, I was at the church wrapped up with tape like I was being held hostage by the church. And I was, mentally. It's a mental thing.
Right.
That's what that part was about. It wasn't just about me being taped up and I'm just sitting there looking crazy. It was more so about me letting people know that I'm in bondage. I need to get out of this. Like, I was looking at my previous self of how I was literally trapped by other people and what they felt was right for me. So now that I'm breaking that, you have to get to a place where you're ready to come into it in your own time. And even me, it's still some of it is still a process for me. So.
Yep. Now, I know that we have a caller that has a question, so hold on for a second, please. Okay, caller, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. All right, Sunkee, she has a question for you.
Hi, Sunkee. How are you tonight?
I'm great.
That's good. So I basically just had a question about the HIV. So I see that you're very spiritual as well. How did you deal with that issue being in your spirituality? And when you found out, was you like emotionally disturbed that you think it was like the end of the world before you became confident, to open up?
Yes. I actually, when I first found out, it was back, like I said, on June the 24th of 2014. So it was coming up to BET because, I'm always at the BET experience and I'm out there networking and stuff like that. So it was coming up to right before that, and I still went. And it's so crazy because sometimes I don't even know what's pushing me. I just feel like sometimes you begin to gain a strength about yourself that you don't even know that's there. And I think sometimes that's why we go through certain things, because it's pulling out other elements about yourself that you don't really realize. Because HIV was something I was so afraid of getting, and then I got it. And then it was just like, okay, now what? I was told that this was God's punishment, that this was his wrath. And I was waking up. People don't believe I was waking up pretty much every day. I feel like I went crazy for a second, to be honest, because I was waking up like every day, like, oh my God, God is about to kill me. Like, I'm about to die. Like, I was panicking, having panic attacks and stuff like that, because I was so in that mental place of Christianity and stuff like that, which I don't identify as Christian no more. But it wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't easy. I don't even know how I still pushed through to even go to the BET experience that weekend, because it was coming. I think it was around the same time or something like that. But it's a process. It's like I'm still, like I said, I'm still kind of like dealing with, because I'm still learning about things and how things work and the new medications that are coming out and things of that nature. So it's like you kind of learn to just live with it, but that doesn't mean it's going to always be easy. It's just something that you just kind of have to, you just have to take it. You just have to take it all in and just, just try to stay as strong as you can, and just know that it's not going to define you. Nothing defines us. We define ourselves, and HIV, it doesn't define who we are. It's one mistake or one thing that we've done in our life could possibly define a person throughout how many years that we live on this earth. You follow what I'm saying? So.
Well, I definitely want to commend you, because you really have opened up like I said, you're really helping a lot of people out here, and I'm just a firm believer. Like, it doesn't matter to me whether you're HIV or whatever you are. I just believe that all sickness is not unto death. So even like you said before, you having HIV doesn't mean that you're going to die off. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just for some of us to grab attention to our spiritual growth. And at the end of the day, we still living with it and we doing what we doing. But I commend you. I really did.
I thank you so much for the support. I really do.
Yep, no problem.
Yep, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, now, DJF, did you have any more questions or anything of that nature? I guess he's waiting. So, basically, what I wanted to do is just basically ask you in general, if you could do something that would become like a tour for advocating, as well as promoting yourself, your journey, and things of that nature. Like, how would you do it? Like, would you start in small cities, or like, how would you do it?
I really don't know exactly yet, because that's what we're in the process of trying to do. We're trying to get, promoters and things of that nature to kind of like book me, as far as performances and shows and things, stuff like that, because I'm working on new music, and the whole message of me being a transgender, HIV transgender recording artist. So, it's really just about me. Sometimes opportunities knock, and sometimes you just have to go because they open up other doors and stuff like that. So, I definitely know that I will be going on tour, though, soon. We're just trying to get more music made, and even when it deals with advocacy and stuff like that, it's all tied into one. I can't just be, like all over the place. It's all one thing as far as I'm concerned, because even with the music, I'm giving a message. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that it's not that I can't sing or I just can't. It's either or. If I need to speak, I'll speak. If I need to sing, I'll sing. If I need to dance, I'll dance. But it all has to do with letting people know to just be you, to be free. So we're just pretty much just trying to get things lined up, for performances and stuff like that. So
right, okay. Well, I'm just trying to figure out how can we be helpful. As I could say, Baltimore, like right now, we're kind of like way over a little of 300 murders in our city, and what I've noticed big time this year is transgendered women. They have been targeted for whatever reason and things of that nature. That's the reason why I believe in my heart that you advocating for transparency, because that's what it really comes down to me, is seeing past your gender.
In every situation. And if the guy who I got HIV from would have been transparent when I asked him, I won't say that I still would have got it, because we all know that people lie, and he lied clearly.
Right.
But it's really about giving people a choice. I think that's really what it's about, because some people are, they call it, I guess, can I cuss a little bit, because I don't want to, you
say it how you feel. Say it how you feel.
Okay. They call it pussy stunt, and that's what I heard they call it in the community as trans women, where some trans women are saying, they're pretty much trying to pass as genetic females, and that's a dangerous game to play, because you don't know if the guy that you're dealing with, you don't know where his head is, and it's just really because one thing I do notice, if you're just real, people will still want to deal with you for whatever reason. If they like what they like, they like what they like, so it's not good to lie, to people and make them feel as though you're somebody else when they don't know, because clearly that's why some girls are getting murdered. But I think it could be, I think it's other things too, because some girls are just getting killed just from hate. And it may be a situation for some people just, they don't want their tea out there and stuff like that, so they try to kill the girls off, so that it won't get out that they're, that they mess around. It could be different types of issues. It's not just one thing. I think, and some guys know, the ones I even heard, some guys know what they're dealing with, and they still kill, so it's really just about knowing, first of all, who you're dealing with. We don't need to just lay down with anybody. We need to know who we dealing with. We got to be careful about what we getting ourselves into. Even me, I should have been more cautious and more, but I didn't protect myself, and that's how I ended up with HIV. But it taught me, it's sad that it had to go down that way, but it happened. I don't beat myself down. I don't regret anything. But we just have to be more transparent about all of it, everything. And we need to know who we're dealing with, because if we don't, that's what's keeping things the way that it is, you know.
Right, exactly. And that's what I was going to say. I don't want to hold you forever because I know we're on different time zones, but
Right.
I wanted to also just touch upon one more thing, and that's about the down low men. The things that, that they're doing, you have down low men that sleep with gay, like gay men or transgendered women. They go back home to their families as if it's okay. What are your thoughts as far as, because you are extremely transparent to your followers, to your fans, to everyone. You don't cover up who you are, where you came from, who you are, who accepts it, who doesn't. Like, what would, how do you feel about that, for a man that's kind of trapped?
Let me tell you something, nigga. Bring your ass out of the closet. Now, I don't want to say I don't want to say that, but
You're right.
That's kind of how I be. But the thing is, I understand it from all angles, because I was that person who tried to be, when I was Diggy Doo, the guy version of me. Although everybody and their mama knew what time it was difficult for me to come into who I felt like I was. And look how long it took. So I understand the struggle from both ends as being a man, because that's what at one point I tried living although that wasn't me. It was me living as a boy, a gay guy, and it was me trying to say, oh, I like women, and people was like, wait a minute, is he gay? What's going on? Is he straight? Is he bi? They didn't really, some people knew, but some people didn't. They was like, okay, are you tried? What's going on?
Right.
So what I need to say is that when it comes to that, I understand both sides, and I understand why. Let's first address why they're like the way that they are. They're like that because we have not made it safe for them to come out. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing that they're going to do, I'm saying as a black community, because one thing I noticed in the black community is that the hatred for being gay and trans is on fleek. It's lit when it comes to hating people for being who they truly, truly are. That's why I said we can't have our cake and eat it too. I hear a lot of guys saying, oh, well, if my homeboy, they want you to be real. It's like, just tell me, cuz I still love you, cuz. But it's like when they come out, you're going to bash them and you're going to stray away from them because of who they are. So when we make it safe for them to be loved exactly for who they are, then they might come out and be open. For the women that can't accept people who, you follow what I'm saying? It goes back to transparency, being open, and being accepting. Because once we become accepting of people for exactly who they are, then they'll open up and be okay with saying, look, baby, I like both. I don't know why, this is what I like, but we have to, then they'll be able to give you the choice to deal with them or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have to lie. They feel like they have to lie because they're not going to be accepted for what it is they truly desire deep down within. Like I said, that inner you is going to always win, whether you're with a wife and kids or whether you're with your baby mama and your homeboys or whatever, whether you putting on thug drag and want to dress up like a thug and deep down you're a bottom or a butch queen or whatever. It's going to come out. It's going to come out, and as you can see, it's coming out now. Even with me being a trans woman, I tried to hide it, and the girl inside of me said, "Oh no, ma'am, I'm going to be me. I need to come out. I need to come out." So it's going to come out. It's only so much you can hide. So what I'm saying is, I understand that it's a struggle, but I just think that you first have to get to a place within yourself to be able to accept yourself for exactly what it is that you like, and then you move on to the next step of being transparent with yourself and your partner and people people who you feel like you can, and just be you. I just think that it's sad that men feel like they have to have children and then they have to live double lives because they can't be open with their family and their partner and their wives and stuff like that. And this is why HIV is also spreading, because I also heard from somebody that the reason why down low men don't use protection is because it's a reminder of them being who they are, something like that.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
and it makes sense. It would make sense why they don't, and it's like they spreading this shit, and it's just like, something has to give. And this is what I want to speak on. I want to make people comfortable. And I noticed I do that with them. I was doing it with guys not even know, even in the past. Guys who get around me who I knew may have been bisexual or may like me, but they weren't open. But I noticed as they got around me, they gravitated to me, and I didn't understand, like, what is it? They liked the fact that I made them feel comfortable. You follow what I'm saying? They didn't feel judged, and I think that's what people need. They want to know that it's okay to kind of tiptoe out, For me, it was like I was tiptoeing out. I started as a boy, and then it was like I came out a little bit more with a little eyeshadow, a little eyeliner, and then it was like I was tiptoeing, like, okay, oh, it's safe. Oh, it's okay.
Right.
Like, oh, wait a minute. I can put on the wig. Okay. Oh, wait, I can really be me. So it's steps and it's progress. It's a process for people.
Yeah, I did have one more question. As far as when you were in the process of finding yourself, how did you, because I've heard you say on numerous occasions that you feel different. You felt different. It's not you
Right.
didn't want to be this way. Can you kind of elaborate on that for those that do not understand that it's genetic makeup, so to speak?
Yes, because I have to baby, they delayed. They are delayed, and I want to let people know why they are delayed. I mean, we need you to catch up. We need to catch up, and I know a lot of people they want to chunk science and stuff like that, and they want to believe in Christianity and say, oh, Jesus made this, God made this way, that's what you is. And it's like, no, like people are different. Are you telling me that everybody is wired the same? No, that's not even, you want it. That's why I said it to me, it's like narcissism, because you want everybody to be like you and everybody to believe what you believe, and that to me is discrediting someone else's right to be and feel the way they feel. So I want to say that not only for me, but lots and thousands of other people, not in just the black community, but in all, because transgender people in all communities. You have them in, they all overseas. They can't even speak our language, but they have always felt this way. So is that a coincidence? No, this is our genetic makeup. And I don't understand what the hell. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think that while they're researching everything for like cancer and different things like that, they need to find out, they need to do a study on gay and transgendered men, women, hermaphrodites, whatever you are that is abnormal in society's eyes. I think they need to see what the problem is and try to address it. Again, it goes back to transparency and comfortability. And that's what I believe that they need to do.
I wish that it was something that could show people that this is real. Like, you know how we can see things and we know, because normally people have to see it to believe it. But since they don't have too much proof that's tangible that we can touch to say that this is real, I feel like it leads people to believe that, oh, this is just something that we choose, or that this just a, something that we're just trying to do just to be something that we're not. No, my brain has always been female. It's always been female. I know I was born with a penis. I have to use what I got to get my pleasure like anybody else. But at the same time, at the end of the day, mentally, everything is a woman. So for the ones who say, like, well, if you're a trans woman, why are you using your penis? Because that's all we have. We don't have a vagina. We have to use what we got. So however that may be. And I know this might be a little blunt, but I'm trying to break down. It's not about what we have between our legs. It's what we feel in between our ears. You follow it in our brain. That's what it all goes back to. So mentally, we're like, wait a minute, this is not the right body. Something is off. Some people even feel like some kids as young as 3, 4, they saying they know something is not right. Mommy, it's not supposed to be a penis down there. I'm a girl, and I didn't really know back then, because quite naturally, if you come from a family that's really, really religious, they ain't trying to hear none of that, so. It forces you to be somebody that you're not. But
because it also goes back to control, as you were speaking about.
It goes back to control. It goes back to control. But if somebody is telling you, come on now, who wants to wake up every day like this, feeling that they're trapped in the wrong body? Or who kind of makes that up? Who wants to just walk every day of their life, putting themselves through ridicule, putting themselves possibly losing their families, losing their homeboys, whatever, however the case may be, all to sacrifice for being something that we want? No, that don't even make sense. This is just who we are internally. It's the soul. It goes beyond brain. It's the soul. My soul is of a woman.
Right.
My soul is of a woman.
Yep. It's a lot of people that's hitting me on my inbox right now that is actually listening, and everybody's like, tell her I said thanks for being so real. She really need to let people in the military hear her truth. It's really good that many people need to hear this, because I forgot they are allowing gendered, like transgenders, I'm assuming, in the military, and things of that nature, or just gay, gay people in the military. And it's a lot of people that are, hitting me saying, just let her know that she's being heard. And these are people that's in my inbox. Some of them are my friends that I know. Some people don't. And someone was like, just make sure you let her know that I really appreciate her for being so open. So it's like it's all over the place, And that is like the biggest thing that I wanted to accomplish with you, is to make sure that people hear you, even though some people, they might be like, oh, you know, I don't want to be on the radio, but I just want to hear. So it's about comfortability once again. But, you know, for a lot, like, everybody's listening, it feels like I have 3-4 hands right now trying to control this so that I can just hear you. So it's just like, you know, I just gotta once again just tell you how much I appreciate you, because it's more people that weren't in tune to what was going on, that didn't know your story, that now knows your story. And I'm sure that you'll be getting some inboxes pretty soon if you haven't already, because it's like very informative. And like I said, on my end, I'm going to do my part to help you get, you know, the word out to the right people, you know, to advocate and just, you know, show transparency, show that you can live with this and, you know, still be somebody, still make a name, still have a legacy and things of that nature. But I really, you know, again, I really appreciate you for, you know, coming on here. And
I'm thankful. I'm actually thankful for being a part of this show. I'm thankful for being able to, you know, get on another platform to be able to speak out and keep it real without sugarcoating it. You know, I think oftentimes a lot of people have to tone it down. I just want people to understand that I'm releasing and I'm, you know, letting it out the way that I need to, you know.
Yep. Absolutely. And if you would like, again, just let them know how they can, you know, reach you as far as your information.
Yes, you can follow me on my Facebook page at Sunkee88. That's facebook.com/Sunkee88. That's SUNKEE 88. My like page is Sunkee Angel, SUNKEEANGEL. You can search me on YouTube as well, as a lot of people know me as my Auntie Jackie character. You can follow me all over social media, Instagram, Auntie Jackie, Snapchat, Auntie Jackie. I think the Twitter is Jackie Worldwide, and the world, it's not a O, it's a 0, and worldwide. Yeah, and you could y'all can follow me, and we got a lot of things happening for 2017. It's going to be big. It's going to be crazy. I need everybody to be tuning in, because it's about to get crazy. Like, now I'm about to just let the world know, like, this is it. This is what it's about to be. I'm coming for blood. So y'all out there watching, y'all get ready, honey, because off with their head.
Yep, I know that's right. But I thank you. And when your new project comes about and you have, like, maybe tour information or appearance information, I'll definitely share that with my guests. I'll have you back on the show so that you'll know exactly what's going on. And everybody knows me. They call me Pebbles, Pebbles Live. Some people say, hey, Michelle, things of that nature. But I just want to thank everybody that was listening, that is still listening, that has called in to ask questions and things of that nature, that's hit me on my inbox. As you see, I've already relayed the messages. Just feel free to listen in. My next show will be January the 2nd, I believe, and that's going to be very informative, because it's going to be about mental illness, because that's something that's very necessary. And
please talk about it. Please talk about that.
Yeah, so we're going to deal with that, and I may have a panel, because it takes more than one person sometimes to, you know, I just don't want to have like one person's view, but I'm definitely going to do that too. So I'll make sure that I keep everyone posted about that. It will be posted soon. And thanks for listening. I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Thank you, Sunkee. I appreciate you, honey.
Thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay.